Hi, this is Sugar Free. Welcome to the Weekend Tarot for Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 28th of November 2021. I've shuffled, so I will cut. This is a major arcana reading. Death in the upright. Tower in the reverse. And strength in the reverse. Okay, well, it looks like some sort of change is coming up. It's big and it's sweeping, death in the upright, but it's not a disaster because we have the tower in the reverse here. So this is not some kind of appalling event, some force majeure, but it is an act of God, but then perhaps everything is. So it's not some kind of uninsurable event that no one saw coming, but it's big. It's big, but that there is a kind of natural rhythm to it. And the invitation offered us by strength in the reverse here is to not panic, basically. Strength is the card of getting a grip and of the force of the adult, if we look at this in kind of psychotherapeutic, psychoanalytical terms, where you have the parent, the adult and the child, or what I believe Freud called the superego, the ego and the id. This card represents the controlling of the id, which is the lion, the wild creature, the toddler, the inner rampant toddler, by the adult. And, you know, this is a good skill to have because if we don't, if we're not possessed of that skill, then we're just like a walking trigger mechanism. So the invitation on the table today is to not get triggered by this. But I think perhaps the magnitude of what we have here, and you know, who knows what it is for you, but the magnitude of this harvesting of karmic accrual, karmic growth, might seem like an absolute flipping disaster, and as such then there might be the temptation to just completely go to pieces. The invitation on the table in this reading is to just try to meet whatever this change represents for you in as calm and broad-minded a way as you possibly can. I would say also that the word impersonal, I always think this about the death card, it's not personal. Death ain't personal. You know, it doesn't spare this one and take that one. It takes all. So do try, with whatever this is, to not panic, basically, because it's not a panicking matter. But clearly it's quite big. Let's pull another one. Okay, the Hierophant. Yeah, there is an order to this, though it might not be easy to see. The Hierophant, the High Priest, Il Papa, the head of the church, basically. And the church exists. All religions, if I can lump religion and church in together, all religious systems exist to answer one question. And that, well, no, two questions, sorry. One question is why? Okay. And the other is what happens when we die? Okay. Those are the two questions that all religions seek to answer. The Christian, the Western sort of side of it, and I guess Islam as well, is basically if a bad thing happens to you, the reason why is because you did something wrong. In the East, they say if a bad thing happens to you, it's because, and you want to know why, it's because of karma and how the laws of spiritual physics work, cause and effect. They're not that different, but the Eastern side of it has less of an idea of punishment and reward than the Western side of it. But we all ask ourselves the question, why do bad things happen to good people? And why do good things happen to bad people? And what happens when we die? Okay, we're all asking that question. And all religions come up with some kind of answer to it. So it's basically, it's the rendering human, it's the giving of a human kind of power hat. He's got his power hat on and he's holding his power stick here, of the utterly mysterious nature of this. So what happens here in the death card does make sense, whatever it is for you this weekend. But as I say, it's not necessarily going to make sense straight away. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. I would say whatever this is actually a harbinger. And yeah, I try to be really neutral about this card. Fortunes rise, fortunes fall, as I always say. But the appearance of this card over the last sort of week, 10 days or so, has been so significant for me. That's what my intuition is telling me, that whatever this is actually going to usher in something really, really great. And the more open-minded, calm and philosophical I would say that you can be about this, whatever this is in the death card, the quicker and more concentrated will be the injection of good fortune that comes from it. Okay, so there's another invitation on the table. Right, Judgment in the reverse. Okay, now this for me, Judgment in the reverse, is linking very much with the Strength in the reverse card, because they're both dealing, both of these cards, Judgment and Strength, deal with something higher acting on something lower, something above acting on something below. Okay, so in the same way as the Strength in the reverse card invites us to not panic, Judgment in the reverse in this reading is inviting us to not panic on a sort of global level about our whole life. Strength in the reverse is saying don't panic about who you are as an individual. And Judgment in the reverse is saying don't panic about what your life is on the bigger picture. As I say, Hierophant in the upright, this change does make sense. There is, I've got that Hamlet quote in my mind, there is more to life or something more in the universe than is dreamt of in your philosophy or something like this. But there is more to this than we can see. There is an order to this transformation here in the death card. And it's actually bringing through new possibilities, new life. It's not for nothing that this card of seeming finality is number 13 and not number 21. All right, this is not the end of the story. So Tower in reverse, Strength in reverse, Judgment in the reverse. If you are able to not react to this as if it is the end of the story and trust that something is unfolding in a morally and spiritually just way or systematic sort of way, the wider and less obstructed, wider opened and less obstructed will be the doors of your spirit to receive the good fortune that inexplicably turns up with this change. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.